We are here today to announce the filing of criminal charges against Pennsylvania Attorney General Kathleen Kane.
Pennsylvania's top prosecutor on the other side of the law.
This is a sad day for the citizens of Pennsylvania.
Accused of illegally leaking information and lying under oath.
We are all victims, every one of us.
The governor calling for her resignation while Kane maintains her innocence.
I will handle it, and I will continue to do my job.
Now she waits for her day in court.
No one is above the law, not even the chief law enforcement officer of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Live from Central Pennsylvania, this is CBS 21 News at 5.
We begin with the charges against Attorney General Kathleen Kane.
She's accused of lying under oath and violating grand jury secrecy laws. We've been closely following this story all day and brought you a live news conference earlier today.
And tonight we have live team coverage. We begin with CBS 21's Lara Greenberg in Montgomery County with more details on the charges. Lara.
Rob and Tanya, Attorney General Kathleen Kane is now facing 9 criminal counts, including perjury, which is a felony. It's unclear when she'll appear in court to face those charges, but today the Montgomery County DA had some tough words for the state's top prosecutor.
We are here today to announce the filing of criminal charges against Pennsylvania Attorney General Kathleen Kane.
The top prosecutor taking a tumble toward the bottom. After more than a year of speculation and investigation, charges now filed against State Attorney General Kathleen Kane, accused of leaking secret grand jury information and later lying about it under oath.
And this is a sad day for the citizens of Pennsylvania, and it's a sad day for all of us in law enforcement.
According to court documents, Kane directed others to leak information to a reporter with the Philadelphia Daily News. Investigators believe this was her way of retaliating against those who leaked information to the Philadelphia Inquirer for a previous article. Court documents detail an email investigators found in which Kane wrote, "I will not allow them to discredit me or our office," and "This is war."
This was her war based upon the evidence, conducted without regard to the rules, without regard to the law, and without regard to any collateral damage.
Despite facing charges of perjury, oppression, conspiracy, false swearing, and obstructing administration of law, Kane maintains her innocence. She made that clear just last month at a press conference regarding charges filed against former Harrisburg Mayor Stephen Reed.
For the past 13 months, I have been carrying on. I will handle it, and I will continue to do my job.
She released a statement today explaining that resigning would be an admission of guilt, and she is not guilty. The Montgomery County District Attorney wouldn't comment on whether Kane should resign, but she said as a fellow prosecutor, this investigation makes her profoundly sad.
When someone is entrusted with upholding the law, violates that oath, and violates the law that he or she is bound to uphold, we are all victims.
Kane's special agent and driver Patrick Reese is also charged, accused of secretly sneaking into grand jury files, and the DA says other people could be charged in this case. Live tonight in Montgomery County, Lara Greenberg, CBS 21 News.
All right, Lara, in light of these charges, Governor Wolf, a fellow Democrat, is now calling for Kane to resign.
I am not sure how the top law enforcement officer in Pennsylvania can continue to perform her duties while she's defending herself against these serious charges.
The governor did say Kane is entitled to her day in court.
However, there is no state law that forces Kane to step down, even though she's facing criminal charges. If she's convicted and sentenced, she'll then have to give up her job. That wouldn't happen, though, until after a trial, and it's not clear how long a trial would even take. So technically, she could still run for re-election next year. Now, if she does resign, the governor would have to nominate a replacement who would need to be approved by 2/3 of the state Senate. Well, Kane took office back in 2013, and this isn't the first time she's faced scrutiny.
CBS 21's investigative reporter Matt Rist is taking a look back at what's already happened leading up to this announcement today. He continues our live team coverage in Harrisburg. Matt?
Rob, Tanya, now even among lawmakers tonight calling for Kane's resignation, they recognize that her office has had a hand in very high-profile cases against political corruption, but now they have questions about whether she can remain the state's top prosecutor. Kathleen Kane stepped into office as the first female attorney general in 2013.
All it takes is hard work and determination, and get out there and don't let anybody tell you that you can't.
Kane promised to weed out corruption, taking on high-profile cases like the Jerry Sandusky investigation and looking closer at former Mayor Stephen Reed.
She was flying the American flag and was going after public corruption, vowed to investigate her predecessors, and that promise put her in the Attorney General's office.
But Kane's troubles began playing out on the public stage. In 2014, she took heat for statements made about pornographic emails in the Sandusky case. Those statements led to the resignation of Attorney General staffers, including a Judge Seamus McCafferty. Most recently, she responded to questions about the hiring and firing of employees. But at a recent press conference announcing criminal charges against former Mayor Reed, she seemed undetermined by rumors of her own charges.
I have been carrying on. I will handle it, and I will continue to do my job.
Today, she says despite her criminal charges, she will continue to serve as Attorney General.
She's fighting public corruption, and she's a defendant in a public corruption case, and we're all going to be watching.
Now, another aspect that we're closely watching are the cases that are still on the Attorney General's desk. Coming up at 5:30, we'll hear more from a senator about what these charges could mean for those current cases. I'm live at the Capitol. Matt Rist, CBS 21 News.
All right, Matt, thanks. Kane isn't the first Attorney General to be charged in Pennsylvania. She's actually the second in 20 years to face criminal charges.
That's right. Ernie Prate Jr. resigned after pleading guilty to corruption charges in 1995. At the core of the case, allegations he solicited campaign contributions from video poker operations. In return, he allegedly promised not to enforce the state's gambling laws against them.
Corruption is nothing new in the Keystone State. There have been several elected officials charged and convicted of crimes. Some of the most recent and notable include the Ori sisters, Joan, Jane, and Janine, on corruption charges. Vince Fumo, the state senator out of Philly, who was convicted of 137 federal corruption charges and served nearly 4 years in jail. Bill DeWeese and Mike Vion also served jail time in the Bonusgate scandal, and former state treasurer Rob McCord is waiting to be sentenced for a conviction on extortion. Our coverage of this story continues in our next half hour.
Coming up at 5:30, we're going to take a closer look at the cases still on Kane's plate right now in the other state that's dealing with a similar situation.
In the meantime, you can count on us to bring you updates here on the air, online at cbs21.com, and of course follow us on Facebook and Twitter. New at 5.